For the purpose of the video, my name is Eaton, and I am doing this as a assessment for my senior firefighting modules for TAFE, and that is why we are recording it. Basic housekeeping: if the bells go off, obviously just go and pick up where we left off. Hopefully we'll be nearly done though. OH&S and work health safety, you should all know where the exits are and the toilets. If you have any concerns, feel free to ask me. Basically today we are talking about the station risk profile. Hopefully it should only take about 20 minutes, we'll see how we go. If you have any questions throughout the session, feel free to ask me. There's some notes on the table there, which is basically the same as the PowerPoint presentation which we're going through. At the end of the session, there's a feedback form that you all need to fill out, which would be great. Okay, so the station risk profile is something that was developed by the Community Education Unit, and is basically what it says there. It's a profiling tool to help you as firefighters better understand the community that you serve. Within the station risk profile, there are two key features or two key maps that you can look at, and the different views that are available are the community risk profile, which shows community risk information, and the emergency management profile, which shows locations and information about past incidents in your area. Okay, really quickly, how to get into it and access it. Has anyone accessed it before? Nope. Heard of it before? Nope. Perfect. Now you know how to do it. So, basically you go onto Fire Brigade intranet page, log in through your ESS. Hopefully you all know how to do that. Once you're in your ESS and logged in, you click up here, there's a little reporting envelope and tab, so you click in there. We will go through this, we'll do 2 other training sessions, so I'll actually show you on the computer and then get you guys to do it yourselves as well. So, go into the reporting tab, up there. Once you're in there, down the bottom here, there's a little, can't read it, but there's a little thing called dashboards. Click onto that. Once you're in there, station risk profile. This is probably why you haven't used it before. It's a little bit hard to get into and a bit hidden, but it's there. That's why. Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason why. Okay, so the key features of your station risk profile are all things relevant to your station area. So once you open it and you get into it, it automatically defaults to the station area that you're attached to. So here we've got 42 at Rye. If you hover your mouse over the area on the map here, it highlights in green the border of our station area. Apart from understanding the different risks in your station area, any ideas why knowing where the border of your station area is useful?
So if it's our preschool?
To see if it's our preschool, exactly. To see if it's our SABRE or if it's our PIP. If someone tries to tell you it's in your area, you can actually check and have a look and see. You can also change to different station areas. So on the top right hand corner up here, there's a drop down menu and you can scroll through to any station area. So if you want to see what's in different people's areas, you can click on there. It takes a while to load sometimes, but once you click on there, it will show you the different station areas. You can also zoom in and out within your station area. Up here, zoom tools in and out, so you should be able to use those pretty straightforward. Okay, so within the community risk profile tab, there's a few different things that you can see. So you can see a whole bunch of different demographic profiles about people that live in the area, and that comes from census data. There's ABS data in there, it's interfaced with CARS data. There's also a section with other maps showing different places of interest, public housing, EPIPs and Category 1 hazards. Again, all specific to your station area. Excuse me. Within the demographic profiles, up here, there's a little box. And there's all these different codes, and they're the things that have come from the census data. And they're represented on your station map with different coloured dots, depending on the different profiles that they've chosen. There's 49 in total, and they're all a little bit convoluted. It comes up, or defaults, to a top 10, and there's 2 that they select for you, but there's a different tab there you can change to list all, so if you want to have a look through. And there are different things like the grey ones they call constant struggle, so people that are living in your area that might have like an elderly or have a low workforce participation. In our area there's not heaps of those. In our area there is. The blue dots, what they call extended ethnicities. And then they class that as people that like share, like different people living, sharing a house, multicultural, long-term residents, mixed income, and high internet usage. So there's all these random things that you can have a look. But within that, because you can actually zoom in, and it does break it down to individual houses on the streets. So if you were to select the category which is like elderly with lots of money, which you can do, you can actually go down, like break it down to an individual house and see. And there tends to be a lot around the water on Putney for us, of people that have high income and stuff, but it's quite interesting. You can get a fair way into it through there. Okay, so the other information you can get, down the bottom here there's a blue button, which is the ABS data information. On there it gives you information about the population, social characteristics, the labour force, the housing, and the built environment. And it shows them all as a percentage within your station area. And then for things like the built environment, it shows you as your station area versus the state average for your area. So, excuse me, things like the built environment within Ryde, we've got our station percentage is about 39% is in a highly units and townhouses, versus the state average is only about 17%. So you can see information like that as you click through those different tabs. So why do you think that sort of information might be useful or relevant to us to know what's in our station area?
What we know what we're going to get when we turn up for the job.
Yeah, exactly. So you can use that information and then decide to tailor your training and your drills to, if you had no high-rise or densely populated thing, there's probably not as much point in doing all your high-rise training, things like that. And so you can better target all your community safety activities and training. Okay, next to the ABS button there's a little house, and that button, if you click on that, comes up with all the cars data. And that cars data is broken down into all your different cars activities. Nice little pie chart there. And it tells you the number that your station area has done, and it breaks it down into the last calendar month, and then also the calendar year to date. So you can see how many of all those different types of activities you've done, and it'll plot them on the map as well. The last one in the community risk tab, which is up here. Down here is a section called other maps. So if you click on, there's a couple of different checkboxes down the bottom there, and they come up with things like category 1 hazards, places of interest, so like hospitals, schools, things like that, public housing, and also there's a section for EPRP. So if you want to know if an EPRP has been done, or if you want to get some more information, you can click on it and it will show you where they all are. That is that. So the next tab, which you can change to on the top right hand side of the screen, is the emergency management profile. And basically it shows you the different data around the different types of incidents that our station's been to. By default, it will show you the residential structure fires that we've been to in the last 3 years. And then within that, you can get to more information about the fire analysis and the incident information. And a lot of that comes from the AIRS data that the brigade has. So, the fire analysis is this little red button down here, and it pops up with all this information, which talks about the ignition factor, form of heat ignition, area of origin, time of calls, and total calls. So that's there. The other thing you can get is next to the red button, little red, yellow warning triangle, gives you the incident information. So it shows you details on our responses, fire and explosions, other types of emergencies, our top 3 AFA addresses in our area, and the location of building fires. So they're all plotted on the map. So it's within our station area, but they're also outside our station area because they're the ones we've also attended. How do you think you could use the information about the top 3 AFA addresses in our area?
Give it to the false alarm reduction team.
Yep, exactly. So false alarm reduction team, so we can hopefully get them out of our top 3 AFAs. Go to the places ourselves and say, we hear all the time, go and do another PIP with them and say, how about you change so we detectors or get your technicians in? Which has worked because we knew the Quest was one of those and we don't go there very often anymore. Yeah, which is good. Okay, the last one in that section, so this up here is that emergency management profile. So once you're in here, down the bottom here, activity options, if you click on that, basically you can look at all the different types of incidents that your station has been attending. So it includes residential structure fires, other building fires, mobile property fires, car fires, bush and grass fires, rubbish fires, other fires, MBAs, other non-fire, rescues, medical assistance, hazmat, malicious false calls, AFAs, and other incidents. So if you click on each one, or it will come up in red, but it will plot on the map where you've been to. So this here is the default, so the residential structure fires shown on the map. So if you were trying to think of like a past incident that you've been to and you're trying to remember where it was, you can go in here and find it, like rather than searching through like your currents book or something, you can actually go in here and go, oh, I know we had a job in that sort of pocket of our station area, if you can't remember the street or something, if you're trying to find information for an assignment or something. So you can go in here and have a look at that as well. Okay, beautiful. So that's basically a summary of the program and how to use it. We'll show you on the computer a bit later doing that. But if you want some more information, if you go onto the Brigade Intranet through the Learning Hub, there is actually an e-learning module on the Home Fire Safety Checks program, which you may or may not have heard about either. Within that, there is an e-learning module